Hi, my name is Vivian and welcome. Today we are going to talk about another plot structure called Dan Harmon's Story Circle. So far we have talked about the three-act structure, the hero's journey, and Freytag's pyramid. There is no one-size-fits-all when it comes to story structure. My goal here is to help you decide which story structure works best for you and your story. What is Dan Harmon's Story Circle? The Story Circle was adopted from the hero's journey plot structure, which was created by Joseph Campbell. Harmon felt that the hero's journey plot structure was tailored towards a specific type of story, like fantasy and sci-fi. The return of the elixir, death and resurrection, hidden cave, the mentor, all of these things have fantasy and sci-fi elements to them. And Harmon believed that these things were excluding other types of stories from using the hero's journey plot structure, so he modified it. Harmon refined the hero's journey plot structure into just 8 steps, which are comprised of basic human motivations, actions, and consequences. And he lays these 8 steps out in a circle. So the 8 steps in Dan Harmon's Story Circle is: number 1 is you, a character is in their comfort zone. Number 2 is need, but they want something. Number 3 is go, enter an unfamiliar situation. Number 4 is search, adapt to it. Number 5 is find, get what they wanted. Number 6 is take, pay a heavy price for it. Number 7 is return to their familiar situation. And number 8 is change, having changed. Harmon's version focuses more on character. I was thinking about character arcs when I was doing my research. Why does Harmon choose to structure his story circle in a circle? Well, Harmon touches on the rhythms of biology, psychology, and culture. How as humans we move cyclically through phases like life and death, unconscious to conscious, chaos to order. Harmon believes stories are a basic universal part of human culture because stories are how we learn about ourselves, understand the world around us, and communicate with each other. The idea of going for a goal, changing, and returning home is not a hack. It is storytelling that works because it speaks to our collective psyche, no matter what language the story is in. That is why we can watch shows like Money Heist in a different language and still resonate with the characters. What are the 8 steps of Dan Harmon's Story Circle? First step is you. A character is in their comfort zone. The you stage establishes the story's main character. It could be one character or it could be a group of characters. This is the introduction to the main characters, and this is the stage where you get to know the characters, how they are before the story starts, and also develop a little connection between the character and the audience or the readers. This stage is very important because it sets up the precedence for the character's story arc. The storytelling in Dan Harmon's Story Circle is based on the change that the character will go through. Without this stage, it will be difficult to complete the story circle. It is from this first stage that the reader will assess the character's change throughout the story. Second step, need but they want something. After the main characters have been established and their world, you need to find out what your character needs. And this is also the stage where your audience will know your character's desires. Something happens to the character that presents a question or a problem, and this is where the story starts to take off. Third step is go. They step into an unfamiliar situation. This step marks the main character's journey across the threshold to pursue their goal or their need. In step 2, the character's need is established, but there needs to be a goal. An action needs to take place in order for the protagonist to act. An inactive character with a need is a dead story. 4th step, search. Adapt to it. The search is a complicated stage and it requires clear execution. In film, the search is usually a physical activity. The main character is searching for what they need. They're searching for a thing, and there are obstacles in their way preventing them from getting to what they want. Some sources, when I was researching Dan Harmon Story Circle, they say that this 4th step, the search stage, isn't used in stories, it's mostly used in film, and I disagree. In every story, a character has a goal. It may not be a physical goal, but it is a goal nonetheless. With every goal, there has to be obstacles that are preventing the character from getting to the goal, which directly affects the character's arc, and that is seen in every story. Plus, the character is in new territory. They have to navigate a new world or a new situation to get what they want, and that brings its own obstacles. So this applies to any type of story, it's not just film or TV, which is what Dan Harmon Story Circle is mostly used for, TV and film, but you can use it for storybooks as well. So I suggest, if you want to use Dan Harmon Story Circle structure for your storybooks, don't skip out on step 4. Just think of the step 4 stage as the obstacles that your character will have to overcome. 5th step, find. Get what they wanted. The character finally finds what they're looking for, but the character found what they thought they needed, not what they actually needed. The character will realize that there is actually something else that they actually needed, and this will be the turning point in their character arc, or the midpoint like it is in the 3-act structure. This is where the plot and the character collide. 6th step, pay a heavy price for it. Whatever your character found, they need to take whatever it is and escape with it. Even though the character has found what they're looking for, they will still suffer a heavy loss because of it. There may be a death of the main character's friend or someone very important to them. That will be the loss, or a setback. But paying the heavy price can come in many forms. You get to decide what that will be. 7th step, return. Then return to their familiar situation. The character returns to their home, to their comfort zone. They reflect on their journey, and this is where the change starts to occur. 8th step, changed. Having changed. The change can be a personal change, or the world has changed, or it could be both. Or the world could change and the protagonist may have changed for the worst. And I'll add another one. The world can change for the worst and the protagonist can change for the worst. The goal of this narrative structure is to have the protagonist go through an emotional journey where they and the world can go through a significant change. Change is an important part of storytelling, and if you're a writer that likes to write character-driven stories, I will suggest that you take a look at Dan Harmon Story Circle. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want to see more videos from me about writing tips and other cool topics that I talk about here. I do have how to plot your novel free worksheets down below in the description box, also character profile worksheets as well. Please go ahead and watch the next video here. I'll talk to you next time. Bye!